Welcome to Silent Podcast, where we are anything but silent. My name is Janelle, and today I am here with Hisam. Hisam, I am so excited to talk to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk to you too. How can I help you?
Okay, so my first question is, it seemed like Riley splitting the house during her first HOH week seemed like a little bit of bone of contention for you. Can you explain to us why that was?
The reason that you heard that from me is that I think she decided who she was going to work with, and then
Mhm.
everyone was sort of left over, and we weren't really able to make those decisions on our own.
Okay.
And that felt sort of unfortunate to me.
Mhm.
Now, what I will say is that the people that were left over or remained were great. I was so thrilled to be working with them.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a bone of contention about that at all. I just felt like she is the one who basically put the stake in the sand, and that was how it was, right?
Gotcha. So if you were HOH in week one and got to maybe build your own alliance authentically, who do you think you would have gravitated towards?
Yeah, I was already gravitating towards Felicia and Cerie and Izzy and Jag and Blue. Like those were the people I naturally gravitated at the beginning. And then, I developed a really good relationship with Red and Mimi. Those are probably the people that I would have tried to sort of work with, which tend to be a lot of the people I already did work with.
Yeah.
Right. So, the splitting of the house was also a tactic to basically encourage other people to mingle so that we could get some information from the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'd
Yeah.
like to know what was most challenging about playing Big Brother for you? And now that you have played it, was it what you expected?
Yeah, I think that the challenging part of the game is that it is constantly moving. And in the times that you feel like things are going very slowly, big things are happening behind the scenes.
Mm.
And that I really underestimated. And it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. My game was actually very easy in the sense that it was very straightforward, meaning
Yeah.
like the people I was working with were the people I was working with. Those are the people I'd be loyal to. And I wanted to play a really uncomplicated game so that people could trust me and know that what I said was actually true. And that was my strategy. And I also wanted to demonstrate that you could play the game honestly and with loyalty and still win. But clearly, I did not win.
That's interesting. I always felt like when you would talk about honesty, integrity, that's something that's really hard to hold up in a game like Big Brother. It's not always easy to tell the truth or be honest. Do you think that if you were in jury and you were voting for a winner, would you judge them based on that criteria?
100%.
You would. You would
100%.
judge how honest.
Yeah, I mean, I want the person who wins the money to actually be someone deserving of the money,
Okay.
that will use that money to do something good. And the truth is, we see people who are not always the best winning. I would love to see someone of who I believe is a certain moral, like certain morals. Other people have different opinions.
Yeah.
Win. I think that's an important thing to show people that you can that the right person does win sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Have you had a chance at all to catch up on what has been happening in the house?
Oh
And
yes.
you have? I'm
Oh
interested to see what you think about that and who are you rooting for the most and maybe rooting for the least?
yeah. Uh, I was right in the sense that I knew that Jared would basically reveal the secret. I knew that Jared was slowly moving to the other side. I was right to tell Sari to watch him and to be really careful because I could sense something was happening. Right. And so from that standpoint, like, I sort of predicted it. And what I will also say in the game is I really did have a good understanding of like where people were.
Yeah.
Right. I
Mhm.
mean, they did a good job of blindsiding me, of course, but it was also because I trusted them 100%. Like I
Yeah.
just didn't think that the people that I really loved and cared about would do that to me,
Yeah.
especially on a week that was supposed to be what I perceived as easy. As
Yeah.
far as like who I am rooting for, like I love Nicole or Mimi. I
Yeah.
think she's poised and sophisticated and smart and understanding.
Yeah.
As far as the person that I'm rooting for the least, I can't really say that there's anyone I hate. I didn't hate
Yeah.
anybody, right?
Right.
But like, as far as like gameplay goes, like, yeah, there's some players I don't think are playing as sophisticated. And if you're gonna ask me, if you're gonna press me, like, who is that person? And I would probably say that, like, I think that right now, like, Blue and Jared are really in an emotional place, and I think that's gonna get
Yeah.
in their way.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. Last question.
Sure.
I'd just like to know, as a Big Brother fan, who are some of your favorite players and some of your favorite seasons?
Yeah, Kaysar is the one who got me interested in this game, and it was because it was the first time I saw an Arab represented on television
Yeah.
in a meaningful way. And so
Hmm.
Kaysar holds a very special place in my heart. I
Hmm.
also really loved X in season 23.
Okay.
The cookout was a really brilliant group of people, but they needed someone who kept them together. And I really feel like X was that person.
That,
And I felt like I was that person and our alliance until they basically backdoored me, right?
yeah.
But as far as some of my favorite seasons, I have more favorite moments, right?
Okay.
And favorite things that happen. Like the cookout happening is unbelievable, right? And
Mhm.
really sets the game in a new, fascinating way with six people coming together to collectively prove a point.
Yeah.
And that was something I really wanted to do this season, especially like after I realized how many older adults were in the house. I really wanted to
Yeah.
prove a point that we older adults can play this game, we can win this game, we can make it to the end, and we can do it together.
Hmm.
And that's just unfortunate that I may not be a part of that.
Yeah. Well, they're on their way, maybe. And you are
Yeah,
a part
I
of it,
wish them the
no
best of
matter
luck
what.
moving forward, right?
But Hyson, that is all we have time for today. Thank you so much for chatting with me. You're always welcome to come back and chat with us on Silent Podcast. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Great questions. Great questions.
Thank